Hey everybody, we are back live and kicking, and we have got Trey, Sean, Ben, Salmi, and I am so buzzing and excited to hear from this young, amazing, empowered, ambitious man. He is 15 years old. He is one of the top 20 smartest kids for his age in the country for doing what he's doing. Oh my gosh, I don't even mean like smartest kid. The way that he's so ambitious, he must be in my eyes the top 5 most ambitious, inspirational kids. Seriously, to have him speaking around what he's doing, his subject, his operating and trading, he's helping kids teach maths. He's a best-selling author. He's speaking on stage around the country. He's only 15 years old and he's smashing these goals. I don't live with regret. I do not live with regret because I'm so happy to where I am right now. That being said, it would be really cool if I did start my journey at the age of 15 and have the confidence to do that. Today, we're going to discover how Trey Sean has done that. We're going to discover a little bit about maths and what we can do with that, his trading platform as well. I'm so excited. And just, I'm going to have him on right now. Look how smart this guy's dressed. I mean, let's get him on. Let's get this guy on. Trey Sean in the house. What's going on, dude?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, mate, I'm epic, dude. I'm epic. Happy to see you. Here you go. Here's your special background. Did you even play Fortnite?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Oh, sick. Okay. Trey Sean, everybody, plays Fortnite. Just saying. So this class is for the kids. It's a Saturday, and they're coming to Saturday school, but it's okay because they're going to learn so many cool things that are going to benefit them. We've had so many people on so far today, Trey Sean, and I'm so stoked and so happy, so excited to have you on board as well. So, dude, I've given a light introduction as to who you are. If you want to polish that off and make it a little bit more neater, then feel free.
Hi, everyone. As Dale said, my name is Trey Sean. I'm a 15-year-old coach, author, public speaker, and yeah, so the whole reason why I do what I do is just to teach kids and young adults just how to not only follow their dreams and their passion, but how to then also make money from that. And I think that's one thing that people often underestimate, because when we first got into like what I do and everything, we're thinking like there's no way people are going to pay a kid for things like simple things that they may not know. But it's about then knowing and how to like then utilize your skills just to not only productize it, but then also make it something that people are willing to buy, really. Yeah.
That's cool. I love that, dude. And you've established this at the age of 15.
Yeah.
Well, so it's like, but hang about at 15, shouldn't you, I know not now, but technically if this thing wasn't going on, shouldn't you be in school and shouldn't you be learning maths, and shouldn't you be going in with a curriculum, and shouldn't you be, going to interview or going to college and stuff and learning stuff and then getting locked into the system? By the way, I'm going to say it, trapped in the system. That's great if that's what you want to do and that's where you thrive to learn. I've got no problem with school or education at all. I've just got a bit of a complex in the singularity of it. It's not diverse enough in my eyes. So you're doing that already, and you're 15 years old, and you're speaking. You're a coach, and I'm just excited. I know I've already spoken to you before, and I'm so privileged to hear your full story. If those of you that are watching this do want to get to know Trey Sean's full story, then please, you can find him. I normally do this at the end, but I'm going to do it now. Where can people find you, bro?
Yeah, so I'm all over, like everywhere, like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So on Facebook and LinkedIn, it's just my name, Trey Sean Salmi, and then on Instagram, it's author, then Trey Sean Salmi. Yeah,
it is. In fact, it certainly is. And I'm just going to show people who you are just on there, so they can see that you actually have an Instagram account. There we go. We're getting somewhere. So I do apologise if the internet's been a little bit slow. I'm not really sure what's happening just there, but there he is. If it isn't, that's the man who can. That's him. And yeah, check that one out. Check it out, especially if you're a kid watching this. Ideally, you should, because this is the child section. So check it out. Check him out. Use him for inspiration. And I can honestly say as well that his return rate and response is very fast and very what's the word? Attentive. Some people just put thumbs up, but writes something and listens and reads it. And I think that's really, really cool. I think that's what sets him apart from other people. There's a guy called Grant Cardone. You know, Trey knows Grant Cardone. Yes. If you don't know him, just research him yourselves, taking responsibility. Now he's very big and he responds, not him personally, but he makes sure the team responds to his inbox, which is very, very cool, actually. Very cool, because he cares. So today, dude, what are we talking about?
So as Dale said, we're going to be talking about money making maths, and I'm just going to share the screen so you guys can see how I put together for you.
Trey, I'm going to share the screen with you. Are you okay to crack on? As it goes, I might nip off to the gents, if that's okay, because I've been sitting here for so let's get this on the go. Okay, guys, we can see that, can't we? Trey, can you see that?
Okay, so when I go into it, I can't see myself from here, so but it's fine.
Oh, we can see you. We can see you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're good to go, bro. So you go for it, and I'm going to hang around for a bit to make sure everything's okay, and then I'm going to nip up to the gents. But you press. I'm excited.
Oh. Okay. What's happening? Sorry, guys, just give me one second.
Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of a journey with Trey Sean on this as well. We're going to be learning about freedom and how we can actually monetize our passion, which is something I'm so excited about. I really want to find out how we can do this, how we can monetize it, and we're about to kick in. Now, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, so as I said, we're going to be learning about freedom and how we can just monetize things, really. So before, I'd like to just let you know a bit about me and why I do what I do. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sean Salmi. I'm a 15-year-old coach, award-winning public speaker, #1 best-selling author, mentor and trader, and just really passionate about making money, doing what I love. And I think that's something that people of all ages should just be able to do. So I've written a number of books on like maths, trading, self-development, etc. And just as a way to simply share my story with you guys, and just as a way to simply show you guys that age is only a number and that you too are able to do this. So before I get into my story, the reason why I picked this photo was just to show you guys that in life, despite like all the achievements that people may have, there's always another life lesson. So we're always going on a journey up another mountain. Despite how many mountains you may have crossed and how many achievements you may have, there's always room for improvement. So that is something that I highly recommend that you guys keep just an open mindset. So in that way, you're not only able to learn in life non-stop, but then also there's no limit to how much you can learn. So my journey. So growing up, I was a really, really shy kid. There's no way, like if someone was to tell me that I was going to be doing this a couple of years ago, I told them there's no way, because as soon as we got outside, that was it. There was no talking. So then we went to a couple of personal development events, which helped develop my character and my confidence and self-belief. And then as a result, I then started talking more and just finding my love for numbers. And that's why you guys are here today. Yeah, so after then finding my love for numbers, I then also realized that I had a love for sports. And one of the sports that I was most passionate about was football. And then as a result, I was then able to sign a scholarship with First Point USA. I was then able to do talks at Arsenal, Chelsea, and I just really, really do enjoy what I do, because then I'm able to encourage people of the same age group to do the same. So, yes, as I said, I've achieved like loads of things in my life, and I'm really grateful for the people who I have around me who have just helped me to do so. So, as I said, I have many books that I've written just as a way to simply broadcast my message to you guys all around the world. And that way, you guys are then able to not only read the books, but then you're also able to then take any notes. And maybe even this could help you write your own book one day. So I think that it's really important that when just like talking about anything, we set an intention as to what we hope to take away. So this is what I hope that you guys take away from listening to me. 1, a sense of clarity of how important financial education is. For those of you who might understand that, what it means is just so that you guys are then able to understand how important it is to understand how money works in life. And then 2, the true meaning behind money. And then lastly, I would like you guys to understand the meaning of true wealth. And yes, so I'm going to be sharing a bit about that with you guys today. Before we start, I'd like you to write this down. Leaders originate for others to imitate. Once again, that's leaders originate for others to imitate. Now, you may be thinking, why on earth did he put that there? Well, the reason why I am so fond of this quote is because the word leaders means that you are a pioneer in a different industry. It means that you're starting something brand new. So leaders originate. So you have to come up with something original and unique to you for others to imitate. So when you're a leader in just anything, maybe you're the first to get something done, or maybe you come up with a brand new idea that you've never seen before. By being a leader, you're then setting the pathway for others to then bounce off like new ideas, and something I believe is really important, because then by being a so-called like expert in your field, you're then able to just like help others then come up with new things as a result. So why and how I got into trading? So initially, when I started off, as I said, I found out that I love maths, numbers, and I really wanted to just learn a way to make money from the numbers. And then one day I was having a discussion with my mum, and we were just talking about money. And she was saying things like, "Oh, Trey, it's amazing how you're able to write books and all stuff like that." And I was saying, "Mum, but I want to make money." She was like, "Yeah, you do make money. You make money from books, courses, etc." But I was like, "No, I want to make like a substantial amount of money, like a big amount of money." And that's when I like did some research and I came across trading. And for those of you who do not know what trading is simply, to me, it's just a way of life, really. But trading is simply when you buy a stock or a share. So this way you buy like a percentage of a company. So let's say that I have, let's say this. And if you open it up, there's different pieces inside. So then I can buy one, but there's still 3 more pieces. So I then hold on to that, and then I can sell that at a time that's most convenient to me so that I can make money. So that's like the whole concept behind trading. So it's about buying for less and selling for more. So it's basically just flipping stocks and shares, really. And when I came across it, when we first found out about it, I wasn't too knowledgeable in the area. So I signed up for loads of different things, signed up for mailing list here, there, and we actually opened up an account with a trading platform. And we made a little bit of money here and there every now and then. But we actually wanted to learn how to make this without like just getting lucky. So then we attended a couple of events, and then I found my trading mentor, Jurgen Palian. And if you are watching this, Jurgen Palian, I'd like to say thank you so much. So as a result, I was then able to be mentored and coached by him for almost 3 years. It was almost 3 years. And then that not only did it teach me how to make money through trading, but it also taught me a couple of life skills, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys later on. And for those of you parents who may be listening to this as well, when I talk about trading, it's not a question of I trade or I don't trade, or I make money or I've lost money. Trading is simply a life skill that I believe that everyone should have access to. Because as a result of trading, you simply have freedom, like the whole point of this PowerPoint presentation. Because you have the freedom to not only do what you want to do in your life, but also you have the freedom to spend the time with those who you choose to. And I just believe that trading is a really important life skill, because not only does it provide you with security, but it also provides you with generational wealth. Give me 1 second, guys. Now, for those of you who may not know what generational wealth is, it's simply that it's like wealth. So it's wealth that you can then pass on to the next generation. So your kids, the next kids, and things like that. So when I talk about generational wealth, people often shy away from the fact that, oh, it's okay, we're all good now, but it's about having something to pass down for the next generation. And sometimes it may not be monetary. It may be knowledge-based, it may be connections, but it's just about having something to then pass it down to the next generation, so that when the next generation is born, they're not starting from a fresh slate. There are things in place. For example, we're all in lockdown as a result of this pandemic, and we've seen loads of different businesses go out of business. But if they had things in place, such as trading, to name one of many things that people can have in place, then the business would not have been affected by this pandemic. So what I believe is it's better to be safe than sorry. It's about having things in place, so regardless of how the day goes, you then know that you're in a place of security. So, how and why financial education is important? For those of you kids who are listening, you may be thinking, why do I need to learn about financial education? Well, financial education is simply just a way of life. All of us like to make money one way or the other. So it's about learning to make money the right way. And I know that you kids, there's been times where you've had gone to the shop, you'd be like, Mom, can I get a toy? Or something like that. And you really wanted it, but either your parent might have said no, or they got it for you, but then you feel that it would have been better if you was then able to buy it for yourself. And I absolutely know that feeling, because when I first discovered how to make money, it just feels amazing, because then not only are you then able to buy something for yourself, but you may be with your friends one time in the shop, and they've gone, oh, I wish I could have bought this, I don't have enough money. And you can go like, hey, I can get it for you. And that feels absolutely amazing. So that is one of many reasons why I believe that financial education and learning how to make money the right way is important, because it not only provides you a sense of security, but it just makes you feel good in a way. And it not only does it teach you how to make money the right way, but it just gives us a sense of how the world runs. Because money does like the real money, it does like help just the whole world run as a whole, really. So it's better to learn how to play the game, because then you actually have a chance of winning. And after all, we all use money. So isn't it about time that we take the time to learn about it? And it's a transferable skill. So let's say that you're good at handling money. Then you can then use that skill of handling money in different areas of your life. So let's say that you guys may play the game Monopoly, and you might want to be the banker, and you're good at like tallying all of this and things like that. That then helps with systematic thinking. It helps with maths. It helps with problem solving. There's so many benefits as a result of just like learning the simple arts of money. And as I said, it provides security, and it also helps you then decide where you're at in your life. So let's say that you guys want to have £1 million by the end of the year. If you guys then understand how financial education works, you guys will then able to put systems, have checklists in place for just like how then you want to achieve your goals. So let's say that as the background's Fortnite, so let's say that I'm trying to get a victory rate on Fortnite, and I want 20 kills, and I currently have 7 kills, and there's only 7 people left. There's no way that I can get those 20 kills, right? the most I can actually is only 13. So it's about then having that knowledge to understand where you are at, and that way you then are able to set a goal that is within reach. So I think that's just something really, really important, because let's say that I was playing Fortnite right now, and I'm playing with a couple of my friends. Let's say we're doing a squad, and we are aiming to go from the shark to the agency, and then the zone. So the zone then pulls around the agency. It's only the half agency, and the shark is outside the circle. So then we are then able to evaluate where we are at and what we need to do. So that is something that I believe is really, really important in just everyday life. And before we can get started, we need to first understand how money all started. And if you guys have any questions, please do feel free to either just message them in the live feed, or after this, you guys can then contact me on my Instagram, which they will show at the start, which is author Trayshawn Bensalmi. So before we start, we need to go back to where it all started. And it started all in Egypt over 5,000 years ago. And yes, guys, that's a long time. So initially, when people just started using money, and this is where trading comes into play, we'd use things like gold, silver as a form of currency. So that £5 you may have in your pocket, or maybe that £1 coin, or that 1p, that is currency. However, back then it wasn't money yet, because when just getting into everything, these gold and silver pieces, they were weird sizes. So you may have one piece of gold that was this size, one piece of gold that was this size, and then you may have had another piece of gold that was this size. So it actually made trading very, very difficult, because let's say that you guys are to go to the shop and buy let's say Sensations, like the big packet, for £1. That's how much it usually is around just the UK. However, back then, because we had these different sizes, and not every piece was identical to the next, it made trading very hard. So the same way that, as I said, you can get crisps for around the same price everywhere, back then it was so hard, because not every piece of gold was the same size as another. And this is where the number one key thing to watch when it comes to trading comes into play. Because back then, having those different sizes of gold and silver, this could have made it very difficult for them. So these are the two key things that just come into play in trading, most importantly, but just in life as a whole. One is fair, and the other one is So one is fair, and the other one is greed. Now you may be thinking, how can we be scared and greedy at the same time? Now, I'm not saying that. These are two very different emotions that come into play at two very different times. So let's say, for example, that you guys are playing Fortnite, and you're playing with another friend of yours, so you're doing a duo. And that friend of yours is so good, but all of a sudden, they then get eliminated. So you're in a space of fear. You're deciding to either hide in bushes, box up, and other things like that. And that actually, it actually relates to trading, because let's say that you guys have bought one share, like you said, and you guys see that the stock market is going down, and you're then in a state of fear because it's going down. You're trying to hold on to it as tight as you can. You're thinking, I'm not going to let go of it. But that state of fear can actually have a bad impact on you, because if you don't know when to let go of things, then you often hold on to it for too long and you lose out on a lot of money, and we don't like that. Next, other emotion is greed. So greed and fear, they're pretty much the same. They pretty much often happen at the same time. Or with greed, you may think, oh, the stock market's going up, I've made some money. So instead of deciding to sell when you think that it's going to go down, you guys think, oh, I made so much money, there's no way it's going to go down. So you guys simply put it away and you don't think about it. But then having that greed, you guys then actually lose money as well. Because let's say that, once again, playing Fortnite, that you guys are playing Fortnite. And you guys, let's say you have 7 kills already, and there's 50 people left, 50, and you're in a solo. You're thinking, oh my gosh, this is an easy win. I'm going to get so many kills and things like that. So then you go, what people say, AFK, all 4 kills. So you guys go and attack everyone, you go crazy, and then you actually end up getting eliminated. And that's because you guys are being greedy. So it's about just understanding when enough's enough, as I said before. So, what is the true money? What is the true meaning behind money? Because that is one of the main things I want you guys to take away from listening to me today. Before we can talk about the true meaning of money, we need to understand the difference between real money and the money that we've been forced into believing. So, as I said, there's real money, and then there's fiat currency. Now you may be thinking, oh my gosh, this is what on earth is he saying? Well, real money, I'm going to explain, but fiat currency is that £5 note, that £10 note, that £1 coin that you guys may have. That is fiat currency. Now fiat currency is basically, it's money that we've been forced to believe has some value. But if you actually think about it, that £5 note, let's say that you went to Bulgaria and you tried to pay for something with that £5 note. There's no way they're going to accept that from you. But if you actually remember at the first point of our presentation, we spoke about how back in the ancient Egyptians' times, you were then able to use that gold and silver piece no matter where you were in the world, because everyone knew that it was money. However, this £5 note, you're not able to buy something in Bulgaria with it. Well, then that must not be real money, right? Now, you'll be thinking, but why? If this isn't real money, then why am I able to go and buy a packet of crisps? Why am I able to go and buy a packet of sweets? And that is what I'm about to explain to you guys. I'm about to explain to you guys the difference between real money and the difference between fiat currency. Oh no, what's happened? 1 second.
Man, I'm glad that's happened because it gives me a chance to say how freaking awesome this is. Oh my god, dude, I'm learning loads over here. I'm absolutely learning loads. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm leaning forward into the computer because I want to find out what is real money. What is the real meaning behind money? What have you done to me, Trey Sean? What have you done to me, bro? And the comment, you keep finding that slide, bro. The comments are coming in thick and fast. It's so important. And I agree with every single word. Teams need to take heed about training because it is fun and it is easy to learn when you get your head around it. And I think there's some reasons why people don't get into training is the old beliefs from potential parents and grandparents and stuff. Well, it's risky and it's slimy or whatever it may be. So I would love to have, not today obviously because I don't want to disturb your flow, but another day in the future to talk about maybe some belief system changes to help kids understand that actually trading is fun. But anyway, you carry on, bro. You carry on.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I think that's actually really important what Dale said there about those beliefs, because like we may have heard of that friend who's lost a fortune on trading, but there's a reason for that. 1 second. So there's a reason for that. The reason why that friend or maybe that family member who they've told the story about having lost all that money through trading is because either they are a beginner and they didn't know which stocks to invest in, or like we spoke about, they were greedy or they were fearful. And those of you who understand what we were talking about how fear and greed can actually eat you alive when it comes to trading. Because like we said, if you're scared, then you often sell. So let's say you've bought this and you bought this for £5, and all of a sudden there's no more protractors left in the world. So then you have that protractor and you're then able to sell that protractor at a price higher than you bought it. So let's say you bought it for £5, and then people are going crazy about it. They say, "Oh, I need a protractor. I'm gonna get. I can't do my homework if I don't have a protractor and things like that." And then as a result of you then having that protractor, you're then able to put any price you want on it. So let's say that it's a friend of yours. So you say, "Oh, it's okay. I'll just give it to you for £10." That way you make £5. But let's say that instead, here's where the fear comes into play. You see that there's left protractors. So then you simply decide to say, "Oh my gosh, there's no protractors," and you just chuck it to anyone. In fact, you actually chuck it away. And that is where you make a huge loss because you bought that protractor and you didn't even say, you just chucked it away. So then immediately you've just lost £5. However, there's another stage where greed comes into play. You had that protractor and everyone's starting to buy them like crazy for any price. And then you think, but this is the only protractor I have. So instead of going to someone and deciding a way of how to create more, you simply decide to hold on. You say, "This is my only one." And then you actually miss out on the opportunity. So, as we said before, what is the difference between real money and fiat currency? So remember what we said about real money being like gold and silver and things like that. And fiat currency is that £5, that £10 or something like that. So, as we said before, they were using gold and silver pieces. And they were all different sizes, all different weights. So you'd have one piece of gold like this, one piece of gold like this. And there were so many different sizes. So as we said, that made it very, very difficult just to buy anything. As simple as it may sound, it was crazy. Because it often actually led to people having arguments. Because they'd be saying, "Oh my gosh, this person gave me a piece of gold this size. And you want to give me a piece of gold this size? You must be out of mind." And that is how and why fiat currency came into play. And fiat currency, it's a currency that has no gold backing. So you may be thinking, what on earth does Trey mean by that? So what I mean by this is, let's say that we have a brand new currency called, let's say we have a brand new currency called Ox. So you have one Ox note, that basically equivalent of £1, we can say. So in that one Ox note, let's say that the value of that Ox note, so how much you can buy with that, the purchasing power goes up every time that maybe gold might rise or people might want to buy more gold. So then the Ox note is then able to buy you more in the shop. That is what we mean by a currency that has a gold backing, but that has a gold or silver backing. Because then that way, you're not able to lose money. Because I'm not sure how many of you kids might know about this, but there's something that we call inflation. So inflation is just where over time, the purchasing power or just the value of that £5 note may go down. So maybe back in the olden days, like I think like £1,000 could buy you a massive house. But now, if you was to say to someone that you just bought like a mansion for £1,000, they would laugh at you. They'd be like, "There's no way that's happened." And that is how not only the value of our money has gone down, but our purchasing power as well. So as I told you, we are going to be talking about the true meaning of wealth. Now, wealth is a huge, huge word which many people fail to understand. When people think of the word wealth, people think, oh, you have to have loads of money and things like that. But the word wealth, it does not mean that you have to have lots of money, because you can actually be wealthy in many different areas of your life. The word rich means that you have a lot of money. But in terms of wealth, you can have a wealth of knowledge. That means you can be very smart. You have the wealth of wisdom. So you've gone on you just like learn a lot throughout life. So then you're a person of wisdom who, as a result of going on those different journeys, you then have a lot to share. Now, let's put this in terms that you smaller kids may be unable to understand. So what I mean by this is, let's say that you guys are once again playing Fortnite, and you may have that friend who's level 200 or something. As crazy as it might sound, they are actually wealthy. They have a wealth of wisdom because they're such a high level, because they're so skilled at Fortnite. They are then able to not only use it, but they are also able to assure you that by listening to them and learning from them, you are then able to grow. So that there's many, many different meanings of wealth. But the true meaning of wealth is just having something to pass down. So let's say that my mum, she then has something to pass down to us, and so forth and so forth. So true wealth is just having something to pass down to the next generation. So for example, let's say that you guys may have £50 saved up, and then after that you may be looking to pass it to someone. What I mean by generational wealth is that when it then gets passed down, the £50 is there. Instead of having done things with that, and they have to start from scratch, from zero. So wealth. After I gave you my definition of wealth, what would you say wealth is to you? And what would you say wealth is to you? And what is it really? So I shared with you what it was, and I'd really appreciate if you guys were just to comment what you thought it was before, and maybe even how this may have been useful to you.
Dude, that was cool. I love that. I'm going to have just you and me back on the screen just now. Yeah, absolutely. I've never heard of it that way. In fact, when you were saying about wealth, it made me think of the word legacy, the way that you presented that. And when I've wrote down in the notes just here for the section just there, wealth equals legacy, which is cool, which is your interpretation of it. I always think maybe I would like to update mine depending on the values that I see and want in this world for me. But when I heard the word wealth, I always believe, what are the first two letters of wealth? We, togetherness, you know, being with people. So you've put on a really cool spin on that. In fact, you've actually solidified it and concreted the fact that it means legacy, and legacy is we as well, isn't it? Because your mom's been doing. I haven't met your mom in person. I'd love to one day. We've only spoken online, but it sounds like she's given you so much, and you're honoring that by running with it in your own interpretation, which is absolutely freaking awesome. So here we go. There's a few. Let me get it on the screen. Can you see this, Trey? Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What have you accounted for that your children will inherit? Yes, there's actually like a number of things that I personally have in place. For example, there may be certain, like, for example, like me personally, I have, one second to get this. So it's this book of mine. I don't know, can you guys see it? So it's just trading. So this is everything that I then learned from my trading mentor. Because in that way, let's say that I was to learn it and I wasn't to write it down. And that's actually one thing that I actually made a mistake with initially, because when I first learned how to trade, I just had it written down. Everything was just written down in that book. And then at one stage I actually lost the book for a whole year, and I was going crazy thinking I was trying to jot down like everything that I've learned, and I was trying to remember as much as possible. So then it's about having things in place so that even when things do go bad, there's always a plan B. So then as a result, I then put it online, and I made like separate Word documents, which are passwords so that only I have access to it. And I think that's one of several things that I'm looking to pass down.
Dude, that's epic. I'm going to put this one on. This is from, unfortunately, Facebook. It comes from a Facebook user. If you want to put your name after it as well, that'd be brilliant. It's only because of your privacy setting for your profile, which I completely respect. But these people, I don't know that. No, not your settings. The people that write it. Let me see if I can do something right now. Oh no, is it Therese?
Therese. Oh, Therese. Yeah.
Therese, yeah. So that's from Therese. I just had a look in the background. Yeah, look at that. Amazing wisdom, Trey.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, great to see. Big hugs. So that was nice. And here's what another comment. So I think this person thinks it's living in abundance. That's cool.
Yeah, totally.
This person thinks, what legacy are you choosing to live, and what legacy will you leave behind? Yeah, that's cool. I like that. One that would change life for millions. Check it out. Yeah.
I think that's really important. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, I get one. Yes. Yay. Woo! I love getting a little bit of love, but I'd rather my awesome guests get all the love. Yeah, and you are, dude. It's like, mind blowing. It's really, really, really important. This is so cool. You've opened up my eyes, because it's always awesome to see when people do something a bit new, a bit different, a bit. I'm going to say controversial. I'm going to put it out there. And you say controversial because the masses aren't doing it, and it's not agreed upon in a school system or whatever it may be. But to see somebody that's really authentic and real, such as yourself, and kind, nurturing, it's awesome. And also, you've got the social proof. So the proof that you're not selling stuff. You're leading it yourself. It's like me saying to you, if you wanted to quit smoking, and I'm trying to teach you to quit smoking, but I'm still smoking. It's
exactly.
It doesn't work. So it's cool to see you doing that. That's cool. Here we go. So what's this one? Dale, have put the link in the description of the video if you want to follow the link. It'll show you. Okay, cool. Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you, Megan. So people can read that and it will show the name. Thank you, Megan. Megan's my little helper today. She's absolutely crushing it. So thank you, Megan. Shout out to you. Dude, love it. That's cool. Is it? I know we've only got 10 or so minutes left. But are we at the end? We're not at the end, are we? Have you still got more to?
We're pretty much at the end, really. Yeah.
We want more, but that's okay.
The first part, there's another. So this the first level. So I've set up different levels so that then people are then able to dive deeper into it. Really, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll put the link back up. So do we actually have money? We are entering the biggest ever financial crisis for mankind. Yes, we are. Economy, aren't we?
Yeah.
And to be honest, dude, I've been really flirting with ideas in my mind of thinking, I should have invested in Zoom. Now I'm going to invest in oil because it's going to go up. It's gone down now. When it all kicks out. When's the best time to buy? And for me personally, dude, can you see me? I'd rather people see you than me.
I can see.
Yeah. I think it's like we don't have all of that information, do we? And it's a bit scary. When we don't have all the information, it scares us. So it's cool that you are doing it. I know we've already found out how to find you and stuff, but is there any way, are you doing an online course for kids? Are you doing a Zoom series? How are you?
Sorry, no, go on.
No, I was going to ask you, are you doing it?
So my trading mentor, Jurgen Pallian, we are looking to be setting up an online event like this as well.
Oh, really?
And so it's just going to be a simple way just to teach trading and just simple but effective tips as to how to get started, because many people, when they hear the word trading, they think, you need to have a lump sum of money to get started and things like that. But the way that we teach it is very simple. For example, one thing that I can share with you is we play like this game called the Fiver Challenge. And let's say that you get pocket money every month. Let's say you may get £10, £15, something like that. And every time you get a £5 note, we just say, instead of using that £5 note, you simply put it away. You save it. But if it's not a £5 note, you can feel free to spend it. So in that way, it simply just gets you used to saving, to invest.
That's cool, bro. I love that a lot. And what you've said just there kind of hit another nail on the head in regard to, okay, so I've just got £10 or £5. I've got £5. Yay! I'm going to spend on sweets or drink or whatever, or to eat. Yes, cool, brilliant. To be fair, it's yours. Spend it how you like. Great. But you're going to spend that money and you're going to get something in return and you're going to eat it, which is going to give you satisfaction, pleasure for how long?
Exactly.
For what, a minute? How long does it take to eat? I'm a fast eater, so it probably takes me 30 seconds. 30 seconds of pleasure, you know? But what if I was to actually go and be paid? Oh, next week. Oh, next week. Oh, next week. Oh, that's cool. I've got like 50 quid. Cool. What can I spend this on? Wanted to, maybe you could spend it on a game, which will end up having a longer amount of pleasure, which is wicked. You know, short-term pleasure, short-term happiness, short-term effort equals short-term happiness. Tiny, pointless happiness. Mid-term, saving will give you mid-term pleasure. I mean, that game, you're going to complete the game, you're going to get bored of it, it's going to end. But what if you were to keep on saving, you had £100 or something, and you invested it in somebody like you to be like, right, okay, so it's going to be hard work, okay? It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So this is going to be hard work. This is what we're going to do. We're going to trade here, we're going to learn this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this platform, this oil, whatever. We're going to learn this maths, great. It's going to be freaking hard, man. But at the end of it, you're going to learn how to trade and you're going to learn who you are and you're going to find out what you want out of life and you're going to just grow and you're going to turn that £100 into £1,000. And then with that £1,000, you're going to turn that £1,000 into £10,000. And from there, and you're going to make mistakes along the way. You're going to fail, you're going to cry, you're going to whine all the way along. But when you're doing this, I want you to be happy and I want you to understand that actually, you know what? I'm going to invest this into me, not the sweets.
Yeah.
No, you know, I'm going to invest this into me, not the game of which I can't use when I'm 25. I'm not going to, go to a girl in a coffee shop and say, oh, guess what? I completed Fortnite because or whatever you say. It's not impressive. What is impressive is that I worked my socks off so hard to get where I am today. And I've got this car and I've got this mansion and but more importantly than those things, I'm happy and I'm living the life that I deserve. Does that make sense, bro?
Definitely. And I think that's actually really important because when people just often look into getting into trading, they may think, oh, it's so hard, you have to be super smart. But it's actually not the case. But people, I think this is where people then publicizing it, they make it seem very tricky and things like that. But trading is simply just a matter of spotting patterns, and that's it really. It's just spotting patterns and making decisions. That's pretty much it.
Cool. And when you say sweating patterns, what does that mean?
No, spotting patterns.
I thought it was like a cool, cool kid thing to say, like yeet or something. I don't know. What does sweating pattern mean? That's a new thing. We're going to patent that. That's our thing. We're going to call it sweating trading. That's what it's going to be.
Definitely.
Dude, you're getting a lot of love here, bro. Keep anything else to say? Fly with it, man.
I think one thing that I just really want to encourage is that if you guys let's say that you guys are starting to just learn how to football skills or just anything that you may think is really cool. One thing that I really encourage that you guys do is video it, and also because then by videoing it, you're then able to not only put it on YouTube to share with others, but then also you're then able to create your very own course. Because let's say that you guys know how to do around the world, and I know that loads of people are actually struggling with that skill, and that's something that actually took me a lot of time to do. And you may then quiet up, put it in slow motion, and teach them how to flick the ball around and stuff like that. So it's just about simply showing people what you're good at. Yeah.
Yeah, and who, you don't know who you're inspiring.
Exactly.
You don't know who you're inspiring. I love that. Someone's just put, like you said, I heard you say this, age is just merely a number. Doesn't matter. If you want to write a book, there's a lot of people that want to write a book, dude, which is awesome. And you know, I'm too young to write a book. No, you're not. No, you're not. Oh, I'm too old to learn a new skill. No, you're not. That's just your little bit of fear popping up in your head, isn't it? It's a little bit of fear keeping you trapped and has kept you trapped for the entirety of your life until this point. So you've got to make yourself a decision. Do you want to excel or do you want to go stale? It's your choice. Either way, man. Either way. Dude, it's been an absolute, I wish we had all the time in the world. I just want to show you off to people, like my audience, and as many people as possibly can, like all the amazing speakers that I've got on here as well. And I just think it's so inspirational that you are literally 15 and you've found out what you want to do and you're carving your own path and creating your own destiny. And it's so awesome. It's so inspirational, man. So I just wanted to show you off. I know we're going to like do some stuff in the future. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I haven't thought about that. I have thought about that, but we'll see how it goes. I just want to say thank you for your time, dude.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. I know people are going to get so much benefit from this as well. And I'm so excited to hear what everyone thinks about what we've just been discussing today. So, mate, like I said, I wish I had all the time in the world, but we don't. But I know there's going to be some stuff that we're going to go through. So, dude, I've only just met you properly, and I'm proud of you, man. So, this is awesome. I can't wait to see what people say. And, dude, any final tips? Any final words of wisdom?
One thing that I'd like to leave you guys with is this quote where it says, either you run the day or the day runs you. So not only take control of your life, but just be aware of the things that you do. And I really do urge that you guys stick around for the rest of the day at the summit, and I definitely will do.
Oh yeah, boy, sweet. F5. I love that. Leave that. That's a great quote, mate. Carry on with the rest of your day. Get something to eat. Have a nice chill. This has been epic. And I'll catch you in a bit, man. See you later, dude. See you later, everybody. Thank you for watching as well, everybody. You're all inspirational too. And you're going